Hello, and welcome to Chaotic Creatives, the show about embracing the chaos that comes from living a creative life.
We're your hosts, you self-proclaimed chaotic creative gals. I'm Rachael Renee. I'm an artist, an author, a creativity coach, and your internet hype gal.
And I'm Lauren Hom, better known as Hom Sweet Hom on the internet. I am a designer, lettering artist, muralist, and chef.
Great.
And today we are talking about self-promotion on the internet.
My mind went blank. I was like,
luckily,
what are we talking about? Yeah.
Luckily, we have two brains.
Two brains.
Yep.
Yep.
That is the benefit of, I've heard this in the context at least of romantic relationships, but I think it works in duos, like business duos as well. When you're in pairs, you have double the brain space. So if one of you forgets where you put something, other person has the information downloaded.
That is why, I've been complaining to you while you've been here, like, I would just love to have a partner to call the maintenance people for me. Like, my dishwasher's leaking, and I'm like, it's just going to leak because I cannot be bothered to call. And like, truly, so much of like the reason that I crave partnership is splitting chores.
Well, that also, I think historically is what partnership has been for.
Yeah.
Is just bearing the burden of like domestic life.
Truly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So two brains. We're talking about self-promotion.
Yes.
Yeah. And what are we? Basically, we've had several conversations about this because and I know in previous episodes we've talked about how I've struggled with like charging what actually I think my offerings are worth. And like one of my like main wounds in my life is like I feel like I'm too annoying in all capacities. And so especially when like marketing ourselves as creatives, like we're the only ones that are going to make these sales happen. So we have to be annoying on the internet or in the inboxes, which is also still on the internet. But I think that's something that I have slowly been working on getting over because I keep thinking about other people whose offerings I'm either interested in or just like people I like following and like reading their newsletters. And maybe I'm not interested in buying their offer, but when they're in sales launch mode and I'm getting an email every day, I'm like, good for you. I'm not going to open it, but great. I'm not unsubscribing either. And so I think it's like getting okay with being obnoxious and just reminding ourselves that you have to promote your work if you want to get paid, and we need to get paid to live. And we also are not even reaching the amount of eyes that we think we are. Like, it feels annoying for me to post about something every day. And then like 2 days later, someone will be like, hey, could you share the link to this thing? And I'm like, I just talked about this for like post and stories and everything. And it's like, oh yeah, we don't reach our whole audience. And so it might feel from our perspective like we're talking about it, but like, maybe someone is doing a really healthy thing and not on their phone for a day or two. What's that like? Yeah.
Great.
I'm rambling.
No, it's okay. Let me take over then.
Part of the season.
Yeah. I'll take over then. I think that because you're the one posting when you're promoting your thing, like you're the one, you're so aware that like, okay, I'm posting every day. I've posted this many stories. Like you feel so like annoying, but because of the shift in algorithms and we're no longer seeing chronological feeds, someone, no matter how many times you post, let's say you're launching over the course of a week or 2 weeks and you post 20 times, there will inevitably still be one person or a handful of people at the end of those 2 weeks who go, oh my gosh, I missed it. Like, can you please send me that thing or can you reopen the cart? And it happens because everyone's operating on a different timeline. And people get reached like by things at different times. And when it's your offering too, like you're not launching all the time. I think, I wanted to add to something you said earlier. We will go through seasons of being obnoxious or posting more often or being more loud about something that we're selling because selling is part of being self-employed. And whether you're doing it kind of passively, like a little call to action at the end of every Instagram caption, or it's a little bit more explicit, like, hey, enrollment is open, or please hire me, like I'm launching these products. When you are in launch mode, like that, it is what it is. And I think that it's important to remember that you're most likely not always in launch mode. Like it's just a we've talked about containers a bajillion times in this podcast, but it helps me to compartmentalize like, okay, this is my launch season. This is the 2 weeks that the cart are open, and I can focus on talking about this. If anyone has a problem with it, like, we're all adults, they can tune out. I always tell my friends, like, hey, I mostly use Instagram for business. You can mute me, you can unfollow me, like, I will not be offended. Instagram is like coming to work with me.
Yeah.
And if you don't need to come to the office with me. It's okay. Like, I know that people use Instagram for personal reasons. People use it for creative inspiration. People use it for a lot of different reasons. And we're not all here for the same reasons. I feel like I'm on a reality TV show being like, she's not here for the right reasons.
She's not here for the right. She's in it for the fame. I don't know. I don't watch reality TV, so
yeah. But I think it's really tough. It's really tough too, because oftentimes, because we're posting to a public audience, there is always the channel for feedback. And we were talking about this right before we started recording.
Yeah.
Unsolicited feedback, which we are posting in public forums. They are our pages, but people can say whatever they want. And even if, you block, delete, all the tools we have in place to protect ourselves and our communities, one comment during a launch that says, like, you're annoying could really throw off your whole day. Or like, why are you talking about this so much? Like, it's like, my guy, like, you follow me, please unfollow.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like, you don't have to be here. Yeah. I think it's really interesting how, like, at a larger scale, the public just generally accepts that they're going to be advertised to. In terms of like, okay, we know it's like, Black Friday season, and I'm going to get a million emails from all the people, all the brands I've ever bought something from, or who bought my email from someone else. And we just expect those. But when it's coming from an individual business owner, we like get more mad about it. Or like, I guess I'm internalizing this as like, people are mad at me because I'm sending so many emails. But I think that's what I keep reminding myself of. And I don't launch that much. Like and my offerings, as yours are like very authentic. Like, we are not out here raking in the dough because we're taking advantage of people. Like, we're creating things that we really care about and think are beneficial to people. And like, I also only want people who are stoked about it to buy it. Like, don't buy it just because I'll make money. I mean, you can do that for sure if you want to support me.
If you want to give Rachael money, just give her money.
Give me money. Yeah. But I think it's like recognizing that, like, we're not being manipulative. We're just like making sure everyone sees that, hey, this offering is available. And I have to talk about it in this way because I have metrics that I'm trying to reach for my own business. I feel like that's super fair. And like we talked about in the last episode of like removing the emotional attachment from it. It's like really hard to do when it's your own business, but it's just going to be it might be a sensitive spot when you're first doing it. But I feel like the more I do it, and honestly, the more I prepare, again, these structures, these systems, like if I can create a plan for myself where it's like, okay, the door's open for like the juice box, for example. The door's open for the juice box March 1st for April start date. So I'm going to talk about the juice box all through March to be like, hey, this has been really fun in the first season. We're entering the second season. Here's all the reasons you should join. Here are all the details. Here's what the people have gotten out of it so far. I'm going to talk about it during that time. I care about it. And like, if I just have it in my brain that like, okay, this week I'm doing 2 emails. This week I'm doing 2 Instagram posts about the juice box. Great. But if it's like, I think part of my discomfort with it was that I thought it had to feel like more organic instead of more structured. And as we've talked about this whole season, like I'm really benefiting from creating structures and systems for myself.
Yeah, you got to set up the things that work for you. Some people like a more organic, like I'm going to just kind of like passively market this like a gentle CTA at the end of that's a call to action for anyone who's not marketing pilled. Like a gentle call to action at the end of every Instagram caption. Like maybe you have a more evergreen offer or something like that. Or like, hey, like to work with me, like email me here and we can, set up a call. But yeah, it really depends on what works for you. Containers and systems like that, absolutely, like are a structure that work for most people because it's easier to digest. It's like, okay, this is my week, my 2 weeks, my month to talk about this thing. And I think that oftentimes we hold ourselves back from promoting our thing as much as we wanted to because we are worried that we're basically like bracing ourselves for the negative comments or like the self-judgment ahead of time.
Totally.
And then it holds us back from doing what we actually wanted to do, which is the case in so many creative endeavors.
Yeah, I feel like for the last launch that I did before the juice box was I launched Prioritized Play when I was up north, when I was, caretaking and being there for my family when my dad was dying. And it was just like, this is something that I need to do. I want to do it. I'm committed to hosting this. During this time, it's going to be tough, but it's also going to be like a tether to like the life that I set up for myself. And so I was like, I'm going to launch this. And it felt really good to do it in the proper way. And the more that I practiced that, the easier it got. There was another point I was going to make and it's gone.
It's okay.
Now. What did you say right before that?
Bracing yourself for negative comments ahead of time?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. That is, we're back, baby.
Yeah.
Basically, what I used to do is kind of like pre-justify, like, hey, I know it's expensive.
Ooh.
I know that this is a lot, but like, here's what you're getting. And instead of kind of coming in with like, ooh, let me guess what you're going to say about this first.
People say to do that too. It's like, oh, overcome the objection is what the marketing coaches say.
Totally. Yeah. And I think you can do that in like one of your emails, like,
sure.
I know it's.
But you're doing it from a place of like,
I get it. Instead of being like, this is how much it costs. This is what you're getting out of it. I'm really excited about this. If you can't afford it, that's okay. I got all these free resources. And that's what I did for Prioritized Play. That's where I was going and then got sidetracked. Nice. Because it was like, it is expensive, but it's also worth the investment.
Yeah.
And look at the nice things that people have said. Like, this has really impacted people. And the Prioritized Play framework, like, is what I'm writing the book about. Mm-hmm. And so that will not be accessible in that format.
Totally.
So it's like you have to believe in your work. And when you believe in it and you engage, with your community about the work, it will, like, it's valid to charge money for your work. And you gotta talk to the people that are stoked about it instead of the people who are like, why would I buy that from you?
Yeah, it's
because they might not even be there. We're just making them up in our heads.
Yes. I mean, oftentimes we are.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's tough too, because like one negative piece of like unsolicited feedback will weigh much heavier on the brain than like a bunch of like positive feedback.
Yeah, but always.
I'll try to tell myself this, obviously easier said than done. Like I've launched courses, I've like sold workshops, like on Instagram and via newsletter. And oftentimes people are less annoyed at you personally and more just annoyed at being marketed to in general.
Yeah.
And I understand, like as a consumer myself, yeah, absolutely. Like I will look away from ads all the time.
Skipping them. Yep.
I usually I've never bought anything from an Instagram ad before.
Same.
I don't like being marketed to either. But I also know that people have to make offers. And I will find out about things on Instagram sometimes. Like if a friend's teaching a workshop or whatnot, like there are things that like marketing is marketing. It's just telling people about things.
Yeah.
Like I always tell my students, like I try to reframe, like it's telling, not selling. Like I try to reframe it that way.
Yeah.
And it still doesn't feel great, but like you're just telling people about what's going on.
Yeah. What you're working on.
Yep.
I think so much happening. Of like what you teach and what I've been teaching is like, we have learned these things through our own experiences. And it's just like, let me help you take a leap and not have to go through everything that I've learned. Like, let me help you make it a little bit easier to get, where you're trying to go. And I don't think like we have to remind ourselves that like, we're not manipulating people. We're not extracting, from our communities. We're just trying to like create these resources that we care about and also be able to afford our lives.
Yeah. Also, I mean, value is somewhat subjective too. Like I look at things all the time where I'm like, I wouldn't pay that amount of money for that thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And plenty of people would.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine too.
I think in a previous episode, we used food as a good analogy to that, where it's like, I'm not going to pay for the $12 crackers, but someone might.
Yeah.
It's It's like what you value at that current time in your life, what you have capacity for. Like I probably, I've paid thousands of dollars for coaching sessions over time in terms of like helping me kind of get clarity on my business. And at certain parts of my life, I like don't have capacity for that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to DIY it. Like I'm doing some digging. I need to like create, a strategy for myself, getting my spreadsheets out. Like there are things that we're willing to pay for. Like, are you doing your taxes yourself or are you hiring an accountant? Like there are so many facets of like, we have to get comfortable with what we're willing to pay for and know that like by sharing our offers, people are either comfortable with buying it or they're not. And that's not our responsibility to tell them what they should value. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Prioritize Play, the book, my book, is available for pre-order, and I'm so excited to share it with you. It officially comes out June 9th, but you can pre-order it now. You can pre-order the ebook, the physical book, or even the audiobook, which I will be reading. Exciting. And I'm just really excited to get this in your hands. It's everything that has been my story of prioritizing play and how I got to become this artist and creativity coach that you know today. It has creative challenges, it has play challenges, 5-minute challenges, it has reflection prompts and exercises to do to help you prioritize your play and figure out how to live your big, juicy life, foster deeper connection, build confidence, find your creativity and express it. So pre-order it today. I'm so excited to share this with you.
I think oftentimes it's like what we talk about a lot with over-explaining when it comes to like, you just mentioned this in a previous episode of like, oh, I can't hang out because of this, and this.
Yeah.
You can just say like, hey, I'm not available at that time. It's okay to just put your offer out there too and say like, hey, I have a book that's available for pre-order. I would love if you ordered it.
Which I do.
Yes. Instead of, you also can say this, but like, it's a different kind of energy when you're like, I have a book available for pre-order. I spent this many hours writing it. Like, please buy it. Like, this is my livelihood. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to say like, you don't even have to say like 10% of the proceeds are going here. Like, one of our friends, Nim, I remember an old post of his where he like does a lot of like sarcastic stuff, and he had made a post about selling a poster, I think one time, and he was like all of the proceeds like go to me. And I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Like you absolutely should donate and redistribute your money, but it doesn't have to be with every single product that you launch. If you feel like, I think a lot of our listeners can probably relate to this, like you are a creative person trying to do good in the world. You're trying to be a net positive on the world. Oftentimes that can manifest as every single thing I need to do has to have something baked into it to like be good. That's exhausting. I think it's really exhausting, and not everything you do has to have that. It can be simple sometimes.
Yeah, because it's exhausting, it's not sustainable in terms of like being able to continue to do good. So like do it when it feels authentic.
Yeah, like over the years, I implemented like a sliding scale pricing model into my courses. And I will tell you, like, it takes effort to implement that and to maintain it and to update the codes and stuff. And I'm glad that I do it. But I also tell people that like, it's not an imperative to do that. You can offer like accessibility in your work in plenty of other ways. Also, if you don't want to offer any discounts, whether it's sliding scale or discounts, you don't have to. It doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Yeah.
We all are running businesses like to the best of our abilities.
Yeah. And I think like thinking about, we keep talking about figuring out how to make your business work for you. Like I tried to do sliding scale pricing and it felt overwhelming to me to do it in the way that you do it, which thank you for graciously sharing your method. And so my approach is that like I have something at every price point for someone to benefit.
Great.
I have a ton of free downloadable resources that are the basis for a lot of the work that I do. I share a lot of stuff on Instagram. And so like, if you want to DIY it without paying me, you can. Like I have that information out there, but if you want more direct guidance, a workshop is going to be better, or the book is going to be better, where you can be like, okay, I'm following and I'm doing these exercises, in this way. And then if you want like literally direct support, you can join the Juice Box. You get support from everyone that's in there. But then also like that's what the creative coaching sessions are. So it's like something at every price point is still going to be helpful. And that's kind of like how I've had to come to terms with like still offering something that's accessible, because like we've talked about in previous seasons, like I don't want to resent the work that I do because I'm not charging enough. So like, we put a lot of care and time and energy, like we were talking about earlier, like passive income isn't actually passive. Like you're doing a lot of work up front. And like, I don't really, have that anyway. So.
Yeah, it's really like, I think you'll hear people wax poetic online. Like you'll hear everybody talk about like, this is what's worked for me. Like I believe it when I hear people talk about like, these are my streams of income. This is what works for me. Like I sell physical products. I do digital products. I do client services. Like I do freelance work. And you have to figure out what works for you. Like physical products have never been my thing. I doubt they ever will be my thing. And it's funny because of the last episode we did, like I was reflecting on the fact that the only time I ever sold physical products was when I worked full-time at an office and was able to ship directly out of my office.
Oh, that's funny.
Because there was like a mail room that you could just dump stuff off at.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep thinking like, I love physical products, but I like limited runs because I don't like the like constant. Yeah. I feel like hopefully by the time this episode comes out, I will have made some merch for Chaotic Creatives, because I feel like,
ooh, that'd be so fun.
Imagine having, you're not a hat person, but me and Crystal are. Chaotic Creative hat.
That is
sticker.
True.
You're not a sticker person. You're not a stuff person. And so merch doesn't make sense for you, but man, I love it.
I mean, hey, you can take up the cause.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am annoyingly just not a stuff gal.
It's okay. It's okay. Love that about you. We complement each other. I've got enough stuff for both of us.
Yeah. Great. What was I going to say? I was going to say that I have a slide in like the talk I've been giving recently about how, the old adage of like, build it and they will come. I like cross out a bunch of words in there, and it's the more realistic version is build it, talk about it so much that you worry if you're being annoying, and then push past that and continue to talk about it, and they might come, is a more realistic version of that phrase in 2025, because you really do have to talk about it, I'd say twice as much as you think you need to in order to hit whatever sales goals that you're hoping for. And no one else is going to advocate for your work the way that you can. Like, I know that in Rachel's intro, she says, I'm your internet hype gal. Like, you kind of have to be your own internet hype gal. Like, Rachel is your internet hype gal in the sense that, like, she might give you a little boost, like, to make you hyped to hype yourself.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, part of being self-employed is being your own marketing department.
Yeah.
And learning how to circulate your work in whatever way works best for you. So whether that is the more passive, like I make a shit ton of personal work and I publish it consistently and that gets circulated around. Maybe you are good on camera and you want to start like doing the more traditional content creator route. Like I know people like to shit on that, but if you're good on camera and you don't mind talking to the camera, hell yeah, do that. Like that is what, at least as at the time of recording, that is what the algorithm wants.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like, you also have to get past this idea, like people call me an influencer all the time, which like, that is, I guess, what we are, right? Like we have a lot of followers on the internet, but like, I hope that I'm influencing people in their like mindset on their life.
Yeah, influencer has like a negative connotation, but yeah, we all have influence.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, I think a lot of the reason that some people don't promote their work is they're like, I don't want to be an influencer. And that's fine. You don't have to be, but you have to be willing to promote your own stuff. And like you said, if you are good on camera and you like it, like I like being on the internet.
Yeah.
I know that everyone is like hating on the internet, and I understand that it has a lot of negative implications in our society and our mental health right now. but I like the community. I like showing up. I feel very much like I'm holding myself accountable when I share. The messages that people send me are so wonderful in how I've impacted them. And that feels incredible.
You got to figure out the spaces where you fit in and that feel like a natural fit for you. If you are like better as like a newsletter writer, like you can write, you can film videos, you can like record process videos if you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are so many different ways to get your work out there. Like you can make memes, like I don't know. You can also do none of that and market completely offline.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of people who don't.
You can go to in-person meetups. You can create local community. You can post on like cafe, like community boards. Like you can get creative. Like you can go back to old school marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like, didn't you do some of that with your mural
workshop?
workshop?
I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I took your lead when I was doing the Play with Clay workshop. Like, yeah, I'm gonna post these at the local spot.
Yeah, especially too, like if it's fun for you too to like just go on. You're going on a walk anyways.
Mm-hmm.
May as well put a couple flyers up.
Yeah.
Like any way to reach people is a way to reach people.
Yeah.
Like, and I think what's important too is like you feel it's a way that feels like aligned for you.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that you are less likely to do something like well, or if you don't want to do it, like if you feel like a aversion to it, it's going to be hard to do it.
Yeah. And I think like, giving yourself a hype pep talk and being like, it's going to feel icky to be annoying, but like until I feel annoying, I'm actually not promoting this enough.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way to think about it.
Yeah. And just be like, here we go. This month I am annoying as hell and that is my personality. And like the people who love me will stick around and the people who are annoyed won't. And those weren't my people anyway.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I think a really good, now that I'm thinking about it, like I always joke with Will, I'm like, I can't believe you're dating me after watching me launch like 20 courses.
Yeah, but it's like hype for your work.
Yeah. And he was like, I mean, to be honest, I never like clicked on any links. And I was like, great. Like, I'm surprised you didn't unfollow me. Like, because, you know, over the years too, like basically our Instagram followings now, like are a collection of like everyone you've met over the last decade, which is like it's a mixed bag. And so the same way Rachel talked about like, okay, this is my month to be annoying. You kind of have to think like narrow your focus and think about, okay, I am marketing to this group of people.
Yeah.
Everyone else can fuck off.
Yeah.
And I know it's easier said than done, but if people unfollow, they can always refollow.
Yeah. And like, also like, again, you're coming to work with me. Like this person that I met at the bar, you know, that wanted to know my Instagram. And I was just like Lauren and I were talking last night. I'm like, should I make a burner Instagram? So like when I meet like people, I can just be like, here's some pictures of my cats, you know? That feels like too much work and I don't care because I share so much of my personal life. But then, it's you gotta only talk to the people that you're marketing to, like the people who want your work and are there for what your main purpose is. Like the random person that you met at the bar the one time, like they can unfollow. That's fine.
Yeah. And like before we started recording too, we were talking about how I think it's good to just accept that we're all annoying to each other, especially online. Online, the second someone opens their phone to check their email or Instagram or TikTok or whatnot, you're already kind of agitated.
Yeah.
Like we're all entering this space in a state of slight like bracing yourself for whatever like emails, like work email mixed with like fundraising emails mixed with like emails from your parents mixed with like, and then you open Instagram and it's just a mixed bag. Like it's not any like feedback you get that like on your own marketing isn't all you.
Yeah. Someone could be having a bad day. You've talked about it before where it's like, I don't open Instagram before I've had my first cup of coffee. You
totally.
know?
Like I have to tell myself that a lot. Like it's not about me most of the time.
This
and
is
like
a reflection of them.
Listen, if it is about me, then like I will definitely self-reflect, but I trust myself enough to like market to people the way that I would be comfortable being marketed to. And that's like a good enough of a metric for me, or like a bar for me. And I remember maybe like 2 years ago, I was marketing my portfolio procrastinator class, and I was sharing some portfolio tips. And it was one of those carousel posts where I'm sharing some tips, and the last slide in the carousel is just like a promo for the course. And it like picked up some traction, and there were some people in the comments who were like, because the lessons were like about creativity and like I thought the tips were good, people were like, of course, not everything can just be about creativity. It has to be about sales. And I'm just like,
this is my job.
Yeah, this is my job. Like, and stuff like that, it like irks me for a second because I'm human, but then I'm just like, I get it. And what I started doing now is I don't respond anymore. I just remove them as followers. I don't block them. I just remove them so they don't have to see it anymore.
I block. If you're going to say something mean, I'll block you.
It's just not super helpful to engage.
No, it's not worth your energy. Yeah. Anytime I do engage, I regret it. And then I like go back and delete or block. Yeah.
And I think one thing that's been really helpful for me, this kind of piggybacks off of what we talked about last season, but if you have a hard time marketing your work, especially online, you need to find some creative buddies who are going to hype you up. Like,
I told you to like, hey, post as if you're posting to me.
Which works most of the time.
Yeah. Maybe someone who's like less down with vulgar content.
I mean, it was funny because this morning, I think we were like having coffee and you were on your phone and you flipped your phone. You were like, oh my God, because I posted a picture of a shallot that looked like a ball sack.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I'm posting like I'm posting to you.
And I loved it. But
I know it caught you off guard.
I was like, hell yeah. Because you were in a funk about posting, and I'm so happy to see some of the things that you're
happy to see my shallot.
I'm happy to see your shallot sack. Yes. And then I got to eat it.
You did
in the soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like as much as we can talk to the people that we know are hyping us, or having creative buddies that, maybe even just being like, hey, I'm about to do a launch. Can you just hype me up when I'm like, check in on me? I think that that's one of the benefits of having creative entrepreneur friends, is that like you get it and you can talk to people about it, about feeling flustered. But yeah, do it up. Be annoying.
Yeah, be annoying.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's temporary too. And also recognizing that people can think you're annoying and also still love you.
Yeah.
Like we can hold space for multitude of feelings for people. Like people can still respect you and roll their eyes at you once in a while. Like,
oh yeah.
We actually will, if we actually like are in relationship with each other, whether it's like an Instagram follower, like a life partner, a friend, we will be annoyed with each other and we will bear that and we will get through it and it will be fine. Like the entirety of the relationship like is a net positive and that's just a natural part of it. We have to be able to tolerate like some discomfort.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I think something that I've been thinking about a lot recently is like the discomfort allows for growth. And if we avoid any discomfort, we're actually keeping ourselves stagnant. And I'm thinking about it specifically in relationships where it's like, we actually need to have the tough conversations if we want this relationship to deepen. Like whether that's friendships, romantic, familial, like you gotta have the hard conversations. You have to feel the friction of like trying something new, being bad at something, like launching and feeling uncomfortable. Like that's how we grow. That is how we progress as humans in relationship with one another, is like we understand that discomfort is going to happen and we can recognize that it's not fun to be in at the moment, but also recognize that it is helping us grow and progress.
Yeah, you increase your tolerance too for the discomfort. And even if like, let's say you're worried about like, okay, I'm worried about being annoying when I promote like this new line of products that I'm coming out with, or like I'm tabling at this market and like, oh, I'm worried to post about it. And then you post about it and your worst fear comes true and someone says like, this is annoying, or like, why are you like selling to me? You'll learn that like you survived.
You survived, yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, and some people came to your market because of that post.
Yeah.
And like, you're still living and breathing and you're okay.
Yeah, that's the thing is like we see the negative feedback so clearly, but the positive feedback of like people coming, people buying stuff, we don't see that as a direct result of our sales.
Yes. It's hard. Selling. It's hard to imagine or even focus on some of the upsides. We only like hyperfixate on the downside of like, it's like a pain avoidance, basically.
Yeah. Embrace the pain.
I guess so. Yeah.
I think we're at time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you like this or you know anyone who could benefit from this, please share it with them.
Yeah.
You can leave us a rating or review with any aha moments or takeaways that you've gotten from this podcast. You can also support us on Patreon if you've got money to burn. We release ad-free episodes the Friday before they come out. We would love that. Thank you to everyone who already supports us on Patreon.
Thank you for our patrons.
We love you.
To our patrons. Yeah. And like maybe a gentle challenge for the listeners / watchers. Go hype somebody up when they're doing their sales. Even if you're not going to buy their offering, be like, hell yeah, I'm so stoked you're, like throw a nice comment in there.
Yeah. Like, thanks for putting this out in the world. Or if you don't know anyone who's doing that, maybe you have something that you've been meaning to promote that you've been kind of sitting on. This could be the nudge that you need. We would like to invite you to promote that.
Yeah. And on that note, I'm going to promote one more time. The Juice Box is open for April enrollment. So join us in there.
Yeah. And if you need something to like fall back onto, you could say like, hey, I listened to this episode of Chaotic Creatives and they told me to promote my thing. So here's my thing.
I'm just following the rules of my chaotic creative gals. Yeah.
If you need a reason why, you can say that's why.
Yeah.
So,
blame us.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.